East Lansing Nights, The First Fall. Book 1, full story. The humidity clung to the air like a warning the night Antroy stepped off the bus into East Lansing. He wasn't a freshman. He wasn't a senior. He was somewhere in between, caught in the weird middle space where you're not a kid no more, but you're not grown either. The streetlights flickered, buzzing like they were trying to say something nobody ever paid attention to. A small group of kids on bikes rolled past him, laughing too loud, the type of laugh people use when they're trying to cover up real pain. The world around him felt familiar and brand new at the same time. Antroy looked around and breathed in the whole city. This where I start over. This where I build something. School was 3 days away, but everyone already knew the name Antroy. Rumors flew faster than the truth ever could. Some said he fought 3 dudes at once. Some said he came from Chicago. Some said he was rich. Some said he was homeless. Nobody really knew anything, but everybody was curious. His first night back, he linked with his crew, Trey, Mello, and Saria. They met up behind the corner store off Harrison Road, that always the meetup spot for teens who felt too grown to be home and too young to be anywhere important. Trey dapped him up first. "Bro, you really back?" Antroy smirked. "Like I ever left." Mello looked him up and down. "Nah, you look different. Taller, louder, something as hell." Saria folded her arms, leaning against the store's brick wall, chewing gum like she was paid for it. She and Antroy had history. Messy, unfinished, and still glowing. She raised an eyebrow. "You better not be on the same bullshit you was on last year." Antroy shrugged. "I ain't on no bullshit. I'm focused now." She smiled without trying to smile. We'll see." The night moved slow. Cars passed with their windows down, the bass rattling grocery bags inside the store. Teenagers from the apartments across the street walked by, whispering, staring. Antroy felt the eyes. He always did. But tonight it felt heavier, like life was finally aiming a spotlight at him. Later, the crew walked toward downtown, kicking rocks, talking about nothing and everything. School fights, teachers they hated, dreams they were too scared to admit out loud. Antroy kept quiet most of the time, thinking about the year ahead. Then it happened. At the crosswalk by the bridge, a black car rolled up too slow. Music turned down, windows halfway tinted. A dude leaned out the passenger side. "Ayo, best friend, come here for a sec." Trey froze. That nickname hit too hard, too specific. It was the same voice from last spring, the dude who jumped him in front of the basketball courts. Antroy stepped in front of Trey without hesitation. "Keep driving," he said. The dude smirked, like he wasn't expecting that. Who this supposed to be? The one telling you to keep driving. The driver revved the engine. The energy shifted. Mello and Saria stood on edge. The light turned green. Everyone waited. Then the car sped off with a screech, leaving nothing but dust and tension behind. Trey exhaled, shaky. "Bro, I thought." "I know." Antroy clapped him on the back. "But ain't nobody touching none of us this year. We done with being targets." For a moment, they all just stood there, breathing the night back into their lungs. That was the moment everything changed. Not because of the car, not because of the fear, because Antroy had stepped forward. His life shifted from being something that happened to him to something he directed. The next morning, he woke up early before the sun even rose, put on a hoodie, headphones in, hands in pockets, walked through East Lansing before the city stretched awake. He watched the workers opening stores, the parents rushing kids into cars, the joggers with their breathing steady. Everything moved with purpose. He whispered to himself, "I'm not like them. I'm not supposed to move small." The rest of the day he spent alone in his room, writing his goals, writing who he wanted to be, writing what he promised to change. He didn't call nobody, didn't hang out, didn't brag. But the next time his crew saw him, they knew. His aura came different. His mind came sharper. His focus was something you could practically hear humming around him. School hadn't even started yet, and already, Antroy was becoming someone the city talked about. Not because he was loud, not because he fought, not because he wanted attention, but because his presence was starting to feel like a shift in the ground, like East Lansing had been waiting for someone like him without even knowing it. The year was coming. Drama was coming. Love, betrayal, fights, new opportunities, new enemies, new versions of himself. This was the start, the first fall, the first rise, the moment the coming-of-age story truly began. And Antroy, whether he knew it or not, was only just stepping into his power.